Alrighty, I think we're here. Well, hi everybody. Hi Dr. Nick. Okay. Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome aboard to this. Oh man, the last week I take a break from politics, and then everything just goes absolutely just silly. I mean, when you really look at it, it is a silly country in so much of a sense. We're not a serious country. It just over the dumbest of just can't even get control over. And LA's burning for the second time this year. Uh, oh man, hope everybody's doing all right. Welcome aboard. This is conductor Demetrius Villa on board. Good evening, everybody. Hello, A2R Gaming, Adam Buser, Gregory Zukov, Heartless Fiend, and in Discord. Yeah, that's a record for LA. I don't know. Funny enough, I would go to look up LA riots, and then Google's like LA riots 1992, LA riots 2015, LA riots 2020, LA riots 1960. What was it, 65? There was a cop book based on it too. Put in a movie afterwards. Pretty good movie. I just forget what it is on the top of my head, but yeah. Oh man. Let me see. Japan birth rates have decreased to 700,000. It's had to be 0.6 birth rate. Japan's future is so bleak right now. Look, at least Japan has a country that isn't on fire. They at least have a ethnoculture. The United States can't get a grip over one of its most major cities. So that's something that is at least fixable in Japan. We probably have at least 50 million people that probably shouldn't be in this country. And I've been saying that for several streams already. Look, when it comes to our infrastructure, let's talk about this just real quick. When it comes to our infrastructure and building here in this country, we need to seriously rethink about what are we building this country for? What was this country originally built for? And what was the whole moral character of this country of what this country is supposed to be? Because the moral character right now, the character of this country as a whole, is not in a good place right now. And this is just in the last weekend or so. Again, given everything that's going on with Los Angeles, the silly spat between, and I told you so that Elon Musk was going to be gone by the summer. I did say this. I did say Doge is going to be underwhelming. They're not going to be able to do anything substantial to fix the government because it's so absolutely bonkers how entrenched the debt is within the United States. So, I mean, Orange Man and Rocket Man are fighting against each other. It's silly, and it's just silly. It really is. It's very silly. But I mean, when you come to think about it, to go ahead and fix the entire infrastructure of this country, and I drove with my wife, my newlywed wife, and mother-in-law to go ahead and see her grandfather for his 90th birthday. Okay, and here is a man that has such a generous character, wonderful time, wonderful family, and everything. And everything that he's done to help his family and everything that is done. And you look at what the character of just look at our cities like Milwaukee. Okay, Milwaukee had a lot of, let's put it this way, a lot of settlers, because there's a big difference between a settler and an immigrant. Okay, a settler comes and gives up everything from whatever it was, no connections back to the country. Now you can have festivals, and they have Polish Fest or German Fest or Italian Fest or whatever, and all these little blocks. But then you have what it used to be in these beautiful places, beautiful churches, all built by volunteers, and these people were penniless. And now you see what's going on in our countries, coming from people that just it's insane. It very much is insane what's going on in this country. And look, I see Gregory Zukov's talking about what's going on in Japan. Look, that's a cycle, and what's going to happen is probably give it 20 years or so. Japan's population goes down to 80 million from 120 million. Okay, what was Japan's population 100 years ago? Okay, things cycle, things go up. The green line does not have to go up. Okay, The reason why this sort of stuff is happening right now in American cities, why American cities are just such blight, American cities are not in a good place right now, and everything is, if it's not literally on fire, it's already fallen apart. You drive through the roads. Driving through the roads in the Midwest is just absolutely just depressing. Because what should be a beautiful place and what should be an easy ride, forget that I shouldn't be having to need the drive. I should be able to take a train. But we don't have that because we're stuck dealing with the regular problems within our country. And because they refuse to get solved, because this is going to keep happening every so often. And look, America has always had riots. Okay, LA has always been, I mean, even back to World War II. If anybody remembers the Zoot Suit riots, look that up. Okay, of course, the Rodney King riots in '92, and there was riots in the '60s and the '70s. Okay, but you compare what these riots used to be before, and they were quickly controlled or quickly just a footnote in history versus, sending in the National Guard to what's going on in downtown LA, and it sucks because I've been to LA, and for all the crap that we give California, speaking of California, here we go. Let's talk about this here, real quick. Okay, this is a bad version of it because I can barely hear him. Here we are. Okay, wait. I was gonna talk about the train. Okay, here, maybe this one talks it. Okay, here. Let's see. You guys can hear this. Hold on. There we go. All right. Sorry, I forgot to put on desktop audio.
Look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We'll like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows. All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building.
The little railroad he's building. So, American Civil War II, just like American Civil War I, the railroads are instrumental somehow. No sound on either end. Okay. Let's see if we can fix it. No sound, no sound. All right. It should now be fixed. Let's see if we got that fixed. Yeah, I know, guys. It's very low. I've been trying to get some stuff off Twitter real quick.
Everybody knows.
Here we are.
All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We're putting a flagpole over there. Under budget. I always do under budget.
Look, regardless what I think about Trump, I mean, he is just funny to listen to. The whole thing is just it really is. We're not a serious country when this just keeps happening over and over again, and these scenes are endless, and these scenes are going to continue. And it's just, again, it's sad the state of this country where we're at. That this is basically there we go. Yeah, you know what? That should be our avatar right now. If you guys had looked at the thumbnail, that's it. That should be our attitude. It's like, all right, well, we're gonna have to just figure it out ourselves because it's not going to get fixed under. I forget who it's Trump, and I've said this before. Trump is not going to fix it. He's not. I voted for him because it was funny. That's literally why I did it. So people who are saying why would you do it? Because it's funny. That's why. Because at least in terms of the decline, maybe the economy gets a little bit, and I have maybe a year or two, or everybody else has a year or two to kind of prepare themselves before the real stuff starts happening. Because we're not going to be able to fix our country until it figures itself out and goes down somewhere. Now look at this. Here we go. This is little Tokyo. I've been here before. Walked by here and everything. There you are. Oh, this is at this point. This is just a repeat of 2020, which it seems like yesterday. It's June the 10th. It seems like this stuff has happened yesterday, and we're just living in it over and over and over again. California, unfortunately, is It's not a good state, and it's sad. It's a beautiful, beautiful state. Gorgeous countryside, gorgeous scenery, mountains, the ocean, and everything else. Apart from that, don't go into the ocean because apparently there's a bacterial infection that you may get according to the state of California on the signs there. So I think I'll stick to Florida waters at this point. Thank you. But this keeps happening on. They're not going to build a high-speed rail. They're not. They're not serious about it. They're not serious about getting their streets in order. They're not serious about what does it mean to be California? What does it mean to be American? If we can't even uphold law and order for our own country, while millions of young men are struggling to find work and find jobs and be able to have a family. Yeah, and then you wonder why so many men are upset and just giving up on the system. Now, don't give up on yourself. Just do the best that you can. I get it. It's easy to feel like this, but even this guy's going out and doing something about it. He's at least going out and doing more than what CNN, and Fox, and all these other places are. It really is sick and sad, but yeah, guys, this is where we're at. This is where we're at right now. Here we are. Burning Waymos is insane. Arrest immediately. At least they're doing the jobs that Americans refuse to do. In this one instance, they're burning the Waymos. Which, speaking of, let me see if there was. Hold on. Where's that one video I was trying to find on the Waymos over here? Oh man, I just had it. Give me a second, guys. Here, you can keep watching more of this, and then we'll get to everybody here in the audience, because it's the same sort of stuff. For what are we building the infrastructure for? To what point do we need to really rethink? This country has crumbled. This is not a country that is crumbling. This has crumbled. Here's a funny thing. So after all the Waymos have burned, hold on. Let me see. Let's get another video of the burning Waymos. It just goes to show you that this was the solving for traffic. There you go. Done. That's it. There you go. Your self-driving electric car. There you go. That's gonna solve it. That's what's gonna happen. Look, what's the whole point of building anything if you have people living in this country that are just going to do this? Whether it's a Waymo, whether it's high-speed rail, whether it's whatever. Okay? Now, agreeably, the Waymos are stupid, they're silly, they're an objectively inferior form of transportation. Objectively inferior form of transportation. It doesn't solve anything. It just creates more traffic. Okay? Most of the Waymos that I saw in LA are empty. And if they have maybe one person, it's objectively silly, doesn't solve anything. Okay? But here you are. There you go. More of them. More of them burning. If that's the case, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's just going to keep happening. Not just the Waymos, but all the other infrastructure in this country. This is kind of the reason why we have all these suburbs and everything. Here we go. This is hilarious. Waymo's moving their cars out of LA. There you go. Watch. And Alpha Flyer says the AI discovers white flight. There you go. They're gone. Bye-bye. There it goes. Again, this is a serious question. And I think this is where we start to get more into a little bit of politics over here, talking about it. Here, I'll put up the tracks. There we are. With the guy that looks like Dio, the singer over here on the on the right. There you go. But yeah, this is Union Station, at least a beautiful place. Yeah, okay. Why did Waymo only purchase EVs? I don't know. That was, I guess, Jaguar's only saving grace. Hey, they're finally will be able to get the insurance payouts on them. All right, let's go ahead, go to the audience. Let's just bring everybody out over here. And if you guys have any other articles, whether it's related to this or not, but I really do think we need to have a discussion on what this country needs to do in order to really rethink of
you
what we're
doing
building
good?
infrastructure for. Alrighty,
Hey,
Yep.
hey, bud, you doing good?
I'm here. What's up?
Well, California is the main reason why we don't let liberals hijack
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a very good point. You got
Yeah.
another.
That's good.
I got one thing I wanted to say that's also going on in California that is kind of sad.
Wait, what's that?
Caltrain, Caltrans or Caltrain has just gotten rid of the last of their F40s.
That last
Oh, yeah.
thing.
They've all been
I've seen
shipped
chat.
off. I knew they've been out of service,
Yeah.
but officially today they've all been shipped off.
Yep.
That's sad.
and
Did they
where?
replace them all though?
At a railroad?
Yep, they're going. I think they're going to, remember correctly, Peru.
No, Chile. They're going to Chile.
Oh, Chile. Thank you, Chile. Going to Chile.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I thought Chile had
it's
things.
Chile. It is although it does get chilly in Chile.
Yeah, but I
I'm
just
sure
have
they
one
have
thing.
a game down there.
Yeah, I just have one thing. Everyone, pull out your 2025 bingo cards, and I want you to check to see if you've got Burning LA down for June. I need you to check.
Twice!
Someone's got to declare bingo by now.
I love it, bro.
I mean, dude, at this point, the whole decade needs a bingo card. We're just halfway, guys. We're halfway through the 2020s.
Hey,
Believe it or not.
Yeah, but don't worry.
Get the bingo card that says burning. That says DC got burned down. Make sure it says DC burned down. New York
But
burned
you have to have it for
down.
the individual month. But don't worry, the locals are not actually getting on and robbing the trains anymore. So that's a bonus.
Yeah, there's no trains.
I wonder how Bitcoin's doing right now without any writers.
Oh, speaking of Alan everywhere, you want to bring up an article that I was thinking about talking about? Alan, anywhere? You there, bud?
All right, popular Amtrak line. Is this the one we're talking about?
Yep.
The Heartland. So
Hey,
basically,
yeah,
the
yes.
Heartland Flyer.
Yeah, this I got today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
I
we
think
talked
it
about
was
this the last stream. Yeah, the Heartland Flyer, because Texas. Look, as bad as California is on the flip side, then there's Texas, which is wacky in its own right. Texas and California make up two sides of the same wacky coin, where it's either of those states.
Hey,
I don't really want to be in any of them right now.
You can get one or the other. You can get a wacky Texas or a wacky California. Pick one.
I'll stay in Florida. I enjoy right now the calm and quiet here in Indiana. That's fine. At some point, I have to rejoin my family in Florida. But yeah, I'm really thinking that Florida is probably the better choice of the three top states right now, which is California, Texas, and Florida. At this point, wow.
Maybe New York.
Also in
We don't talk about New York.
We don't. Yeah, we don't talk about New York here.
Yeah, we don't.
Not yet.
Hey, speaking of that, if you're in Florida and you try to create a riot, you would get shot up because there they could shoot you up for trying to loot and riot in Florida. Am I right?
Hey, that's pretty.
You're not gonna riot in Texas because everybody's armed.
Oh, that.
Oh no,
that
not just that. You riot in Texas, someone's gonna look at you and be a hero and stop you.
No, you're just gonna be found tied up in a tree with a few lassos.
You're gonna be found on the ground.
Well,
with
I mean,
lasso.
here's the thing right now. These protests are apparently well. Then again, it's Austin, but now they're going to start doing these protests in Austin now. So
Oh,
let's see. Look,
everyone
We
protest
built
on
Austin to
Fortnite.
keep all the weirdos away.
yeah, that's the containment center there in Austin. Look, in all seriousness, this country can't get serious if it can't even do its protests correctly. Look, unless these guys are out on the street right now clearing things, we're not fixing anything. It's gotta. This has got to happen in order for anything to go. Where's my soundboard?
Well, the problem is if they keep it up, they're gonna get the return of the rooftop Koreans.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the rooftop Koreans, the son of the president is rooftop Korean posting.
What?
Yeah, Donald Trump Jr. make rooftop Koreans great again.
Top Koreans great again.
Dimitri, my white people, the Philippines, there are tickets on the protest too. So you might rooftop Filipinos too. You might actually get rooftop Filipino.
Uh,
I was gonna say, weren't there like wasn't there like a Filipino storefront that got completely destroyed or something like that? Or
Hey.
Maybe.
you know what? It's better they're on the rooftops than on the street.
Oh,
yeah. Which,
that
funny enough,
way
I
the-
did when I was in LA. I did make the effort to go ahead and drive through Koreatown, and it's I can only imagine that during that. I mean, there's a lot of good rooftops there. I could only imagine what the absolute chaos was during the '92 riots. This is silly. Why do we have so many of these riots here in this country? This is just nuts. I mean, speaking of the Philippines, you know,
right?
that's the thing. You're gonna need somebody like a Duterte or Bukele in El Salvador to really do anything substantial in this country in terms of forget infrastructure. If we can't even have a handle on crime in this country, what's the point when you're going to build something when it's just going to end up just end up being burnt to death? What is the point?
Well, the problem is you have people tearing up the streets in order to throw rocks at people, but it's like you keep that up and you'll be breaking rocks in prison.
Oh, yeah,
No,
100%.
they won't even have access to rocks in prison. They're gonna find themselves in solitary.
Oh yeah. Speaking
And
of that,
Especially, yeah.
I mean, I can't believe they think they can get away with it. Even
Oh,
if they were burning
Well, the
American
governor's
flags,
giving
put 'em in
them a
jail.
free pass. The city mayor is giving them a free pass, and Trump is like, I'm going to authorize, due to the laws, the National Guard to say no.
Yeah, and then he
Oh,
says
yeah,
Tom Homan is going to arrest.
Hey, I can't wait for the court date for Gavin Newsom to get his ass whooped.
And I'm unfortunate. Look, now it would be funny. I agree with you, but it's not happening. That's the problem. We don't have any more consequences in this country when things can keep happening. They arrested, out of the many thousands of people that were out there, they arrested a grand total of last night 40 people. Good.
And that's because people saw the arrests and went away.
Yeah.
They ran away.
anybody who follows City Edits on Instagram, do not support him anymore. Repeat,
All right.
do not support him anymore because he is supporting the riots in California.
Here, so, do you have a link or anything of that, David?
Who doesn't
Oh,
support Gavin? Who
Give
doesn't support
me-
Gavin anymore?
Let's just watch it. Oh, speaking of David, did you hear the esteemed Walton family is apparently supporting the riots?
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Okay, so I don't know to how much of a degree this is. So here you go. Since we railed about Walmart last stream and how absolutely destructive they've been to the American city planning system and how much blight and destruction and suburbanization they've purposely put on America.
I got a new business that is also doing that.
Yeah. So hold on.
He lucky. Look like City Edits removed the short supporting the LA riots.
Yeah.
Looks
So
like he-
real quick, I'm not going to
down.
play this whole video, but this woman goes into talking about these face shields that are being sold at Walmart, and apparently a whole lot of these protesters all have the same sort of face shields and face masks. I don't know to what degree. I do have several gas masks. Some of these, when she says $40, okay, that's not exactly an expensive gas mask either, but I can understand logistically how all of a sudden they're getting a whole bunch of gas masks of the same brand at the same time. Okay.
Literally,
But
this is what Walmart's doing. Oh, you're going to go protest?
Yeah.
Here's a mask. You want to
Or if they have an Amazon Prime, they can get
one
free
for
shipping.
you.
Yeah,
One
but here
for
it
you,
gets worse.
One for you. One
Yeah.
for you.
It gets worse because Christy Walton, who is part of the Walton family dynasty, that's basically the family that has been very instrumental in destroying a lot of America. Let's be very clear about that. They've destroyed a lot of America. Again, this woman here who posted this is going on that this has something to do with the tariffs, but apparently Christy Walton is also supporting this protest that is happening on June 14th called No Kings. So, and there's her name right over there, paid for by Christy Walton. Now, to what substance this has? Who exactly knows? I'm pretty sure there's enough evidence there to corroborate that this is, again, I wouldn't be surprised if this is 100% real. Maybe it's not even that much money that she went ahead to put in front. But the point of the matter is this is not surprising from a company like Walmart, regardless of whether it's real or not. It's very, very believable. And that's really the sick thing, is that we're fighting an uphill battle against the powers that be here.
Yeah, the corporation, they don't, I hate to break it, but the corporation, they don't care about people. They don't care about the American people. Don't care about
the money.
Anybody.
What they want is the free labor.
Yeah, which is why we're having this sort of problem right now. This is the reason why there's so many people over here that shouldn't really be here, because they're using them for basically slave labor.
That. And construction companies that hired them are mad. They're going to lose them. It's like, you had years to apply the documents, the papers, to make them citizens.
Dimitri, just Friday, and I'm going to be honest, just Friday, they fired over 40 illegal immigrants from my Walmart, and they got deported.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So like I said the last stream. Okay, the houses haven't gotten cheaper. Okay, you want to make the houses cheaper? Well, lower demand. How do you lower demand? Well, there's 50 million people that probably shouldn't be here. Okay, if they disappeared overnight, I'm pretty sure jobs would open up, companies would be forced to pay higher wages, and the housing would be a lot less expensive.
Well, a few years ago, there was a raid at a Tyson's chicken factory in, I believe, Alabama, and not too long after, they were forced to hire locals, and news crews went there, and it's like, why are you working it here? And they're like, it pays more than at the fast food restaurants. It's like,
honest, I don't care for Tyson's anymore, because Tyson's made the idiotical, dumbass moves to get rid of half their plants across the Midwest.
Oh yeah, that team. My team is, and I'm going to say that I actually talked about it before. We need to make a bill or a law saying if you shut down any factory here in the U.S. to open a factory over in overseas in a foreign country, just because you want to save some money, you're going to get charged with treason.
Yeah, if you guys really want to go down a rabbit hole with that,
David, is that would kind of violate the Constitution a little bit.
I mean, there's already so many violations of the Constitution at this point. That's the crazy part, is that, again, there's no consequences.
That's causing us to be shut out of our jobs, is that, ironically, it's hurting Black Americans even more.
It's hurting everybody.
It's not just Black Americans. I hate to say it, but it's a lot of people. I'm going to give John Deere an example. John Deere has found a little loophole. See, if they move their factories to Mexico, they don't have to worry about immigration. They don't have to worry about ICE, because they're going to be living in their country of origin. And it's
they might have to worry about the cartels, but that's another problem.
Yeah, or they pay them basically $5 a day over there.
Yeah, and they moved their Waterloo plant, their original location plant, is being moved to Mexico.
Yeah. So wait, so here's what happened. So a Chevrolet Silverado that you pay $72,000 for, that was being built in America, then gets made more cheaply over in Mexico with the lower labor costs, and then comes over to the United States for you to pay $72,000 again for a Chevrolet Silverado. Tell me how that cost is being saved by as they keep saying, well, if we go ahead and do this in a globalized economy, if we go ahead and make it over in Vietnam or whatever, the cost will be lower. No, it's not. It hasn't been. They
It's
lied.
not. It's not. It's
Well,
not.
there is it is a lower cost, but it's a lower cost to the manufacturer.
Exactly. It's a low
not
cost to
lower
them.
cost to
They're
the
not.
elite.
There you go.
Let me say this. Let me just say this.
just
They
say-
want
Mhm.
they want to pay the employee less, and they want to get more money out of the consumer, which
Yes.
is
Which
in
leads
my
to
book
more-
that's easy.
That leads to more
That's
money in their pockets and less money in the workers.
But here, James, because Dimitri, what was it called? What did you call it when taking factories and jobs from the U.S. giving them to people in foreign countries?
Offshoring.
What did he call it then?
Outsourcing.
I know, but what was it like? It was when you don't want to help the American people and you want to destroy. It like,
Oh, there's plenty of words for it. I mean, one off the top of my head is parasitism.
that or like economic and espionage. Am I right?
I mean, the whole thing, like, it all comes down. It's treasonous. Okay, if I were to go to Mexico right now, and I really hate. Well, what if the other side does? I really hate that sort of thing. But look, if somebody went to Mexico right now, and these were all in Mexico City, a whole bunch of American flags and people driving on, Jeeps or whatever. This Ineos, I didn't even know they're actually selling these Ineos Grenadiers or whatever. I thought this was just all vaporware truck. It probably still is a vaporware truck, but regardless, if you were to do that in Mexico City, the Mexican army would just shoot you. Let's be honest.
They would get the cartels.
Yeah, they'll do this. They'll do this to you. But we just we have to allow it here. No, it's that's look, until this country figures out what it's going to be and what it is, we're not going to be able to figure out the infrastructure. California is a failed state to the point that even France, a failed state in its own regard, has, when it was trying to go ahead, and we've repeated this so many times, when it went to go ahead and build or attempt to build a high-speed rail, or at least go ahead and go into the bidding process to build a high-speed rail over there, it literally says that California is not a failed state. Oh man, now I forgot the word. Dysfunctional. They literally called California dysfunctional. They went to Morocco and built a high-speed rail system, full-on high-speed rail system there in Morocco. And half the time, right now, the California is still building nothing in the desert.
And here it is. Morocco is an African country.
Yeah,
it
is. And it got done faster.
Yeah.
Because they actually put time and dedication to it.
Oh, that for sure.
Well, they actually cared.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That Morocco cares for its own citizens. Here we go. Al Barak. That's what it's called. Or Al Baroque or whatever. It doesn't say what the translation is. I'm pretty sure that's something in Arabic. But there you go. They started building this.
Arabic.
Yeah, they built this in 6 years.
But Dimitri, I also want to bring up an article about the MTA. It brings rubber wheel trolleys back to downtown.
Woo!
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Bring back the classic. Let's go.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so yeah, they Okay, here it is. Name. King Mohammed VI of Morocco named the service Al Baroque after the creature in Islamic tradition believed to have transported some prophets, including the Islamic prophet Muhammad, from Mecca to Jerusalem during the night journey. Okay, that's what it is. Alrighty. But there you go. Look at that. They built that. So Morocco has high-speed rail. Morocco is, I guess, less dysfunctional than the United States, because this isn't going to get burnt down.
Yeah, Morocco is a little bit smaller than America. But the fact that they were that they had the room to even build one is amazing.
That shouldn't even matter. I mean, look at China, which is.
It doesn't matter what size you are. You can build it.
And here, Morocco is an African country. Literally.
Well, here's the thing is about that Africa has been off the radar. Like, they've been growing and their economy is doing very good. But they've been off the radar compared to America and other countries.
Yeah, it's
See
just
how Rwanda's doing?
Don't forget about the white genocide that's been happening in Africa. Don't forget to bring that up.
South
yeah,
Africa.
yeah, in South Africa,
Specifically,
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really going on in South Africa, and they're just trying to play the denial game because they don't want to admit that they're killing people and being racist.
Yeah, no, this has been happening
Yeah.
for years in South Africa. Now that it's there was maybe only a few outlets talking about it back in like 2017. I remember watching there was actually a thing on OAN about it, but I remember hearing about this for years and years. But now that it's finally being talked about out in the open, I mean, it's like it's taken this long. That's again, this country. Again, what's going on in South Africa is absolutely horrific. But I mean, that's who knows what can happen here in this country. It's very frightening to think.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they thought the U.S. a racist country, but look at China. Look at South Africa. Them two countries are even more racist than the U.S. Like, let me be
Almost every country outside the U.S. is.
Yeah, I mean,
more
you go to
racist.
any country. Heck, even when I went to Japan, they still have places where they don't allow foreigners, which is that's their country, that's their rules. Okay,
Their country, their rules, but
Yeah.
they do that. They don't allow foreigners because foreigners bring in a different culture, and it will go against their culture.
Yeah, so they have establishments where they don't want tourists in or foreigners in. Fine, I don't want to go there either. If you don't want me there, fine. Let's call it deuces, and I won't bother you. There you go.
And certain
In
neighborhoods,
America,
that's
it's
fine.
just a mix. It's weird. America is just a mix.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
Demetrius-
just crazy because again, you go to like places like Milwaukee or like places in the Midwest or Cincinnati or New York, and you had different quarters of places. Yeah, you've always had strife and ethnic strife here in the United States, but at least the people who at least came. Look, there's always been like that in the United States, but we're at a point that those at least all those cultures, all those European cultures, whether it's from Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Southern Europe, Northern Europe, whatever it is, they all came together and at least made a functional nation. And now you don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that-
Demetrius, can you do one thing? Can you go back to the Morocco high-speed rail and scroll down to the infrastructure section?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to point one thing out.
All right, infrastructure. Here we go.
If you look really, really closely, it says how long the line is, which is about 180 kilometers, which is about 116 miles. You want to realize something? Just rub your beard a little fast. How long is the current California high-speed concrete? About 116 miles. And they're still working on it.
Wait, they've actually built 116 miles of concrete?
Well, they haven't laid any rail down, remember?
Of course.
No rail?
No rail. No, they haven't. No, not a single line of rail. Oh, well, one line of rail. One little bitsy bit of ceremonial site of rail.
I don't even think there's even rail there on that site anymore.
Yeah.
How
Well,
transport
you
down
wouldn't
there?
count it as 1 foot since they built it and then took it away?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Norfolk Southern and CXX are back at their dick measuring contest to see who have the most heritage units again.
Oh boy.
And I love it when two railroads start fighting each other over heritage units.
Let's see. Where does he have that article there? Or
Come on.
I shared it in the live chat. And Norfolk Southern came out with a new heritage unit, the Darwell and Hudson heritage unit.
Yeah, I feel like CP wouldn't be too pleased because technically they didn't buy the Delaware and Hudson. CP did.
But Norfolk Southern actually have the name rights, actually.
Oh, they got the name rights for it? I
Yeah.
thought they only
Yep.
bought like a few.
hey, David, I'm
portions
trying
of the
to
whole
look for
line.
it in the chat. Can you repost it or? Oh, okay, here we go.
There it
Norfolk.
is.
So there we go. All right, appreciate it.
I mean, I
Um,
will say that is amazing.
Speaking of high culture, I'm enjoying some Wisconsin high culture over here. We got some spotted cow, which I brought down like Smoking the Bandit style, a whole bunch of cases of them because this you can only get it in Wisconsin. They make it in Wisconsin for people in Wisconsin, which is that's a cool thing to see. And went to Cafe Hollander and bought myself another Belgian beer glass. So there we go. Enjoy some American Midwestern high culture there.
You gotta come here. You gotta try some of that AE Dairy chip dip.
Oh yeah, at some point I gotta visit every single state at some point here. All right, Norfolk Southern.
You gotta collect them.
Yeah, there we go. Norfolk Southern shows off new Delaware and Hudson heritage locomotives. There we go.
Ooh, I like
Some
it,
good
thank
news,
you.
guys. Norfolk Southern today unveiled its latest heritage locomotive, an SD70 AC, honoring the Delaware and Hudson Railway. Hopefully, it doesn't blow up in Ohio or something. Locomotive number 1080, built for Norfolk Southern in 2013. And look, let's not forget that they're still trying to pass the buck on the absolute destruction that they caused in East Palestine. Let's not forget about that. But
let's
Yeah,
not
that-
yeah.
that's
Well,
They
Let's
want
look at the
to
last
lose
one
all
they
that money.
made.
Let's look
Half
at
that
that
money has to
happen.
go to the investors,
yeah,
the shareholders.
there you go.
hey, don't forget
I'm
the
up-
last one that they did. What was that? TAS Tennessee something?
Yeah,
Tennessee-
owned by shareholders.
and Northern, if I'm right. I'm not really sure, but we call it the tag.
Oh yeah, the tagline. That one, I swear, that unit that dropped so fast. It was like, yeah, I don't even know about it anymore.
Yeah, blame the shareholders.
This one, I think they finally
I
took the time.
guarantee- I guarantee this. Give it about another 2 months or so, and you're going to be seeing a heritage unit from CXX.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's another half painted unit. Oh wait, sorry, it is going to be a half painted unit.
Oh yeah,
What?
probably going to a painted unit, but I guarantee CXX is probably going to double down with more than like about 5, 6. Meaning
What
the
else haven't they done? I think they've done them all.
Are you sure? How about the Tracy system?
The Atlanta and West Point. They had that
They're-
yet?
Hey, don't forget that CXX. Don't forget that
short
CXX.
lines.
No, no,
Guy,
okay.
can I say? Don't forget that CXX and Norfolk Southern do share the right to a couple of names because of Conrail, you know?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Conrad has the
yeah,
same
they've
portion
already
of the rail.
done those.
Yeah, like if you remember, CXX and Norfolk Southern do own technically share the name rights to some of the railroads because of Conrail. When you
So
think
wait.
about,
They could do They could do a Pennsylvania Railroad unit.
yep, because
Yep.
that was one. Of the,
Make sure you know for
Same
Southern
thing.
Territory.
oh yeah,
I'm sure Norfolk Southern would be like, "Hey, you can't do that."
Hey, that's our territory.
Yeah, hey, that's our territory. You stay south, we'll stay north.
technically they're more north than Norfolk Southern. Let's not forget that they are up in Maine.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have known that the
Yeah,
American
you're
Civil
right.
War would be
Yes,
now
that's
between
exactly what
Norfolk
I
Southern and CSX, the north and the
Norfolk
south?
Yes,
Southern owned
that's
an entire
exactly
anywhere
what
lines
I
in
mean.
Maine. That's CSX territory.
can't wait for-
Just remember, if they get into a war, we're gonna break them up, and then we're gonna sell them for parts and start
I
new
can't
again.
imagine. I can
Well,
imagine
you know,
being
what
that
we're
7 years
gonna do
Pacific
is
then to fight.
Norfolk Southern, they go to war. We'll combine them into Conrail 2.0, and then split them north and south.
Alrighty.
Or we can give them
Amen.
World War I ideas and have them go armored trains.
No, I got a better idea. We'll
Hey, you
just
want
have
to
them
like
nuke
it?
each
You
other,
want people to you talk about a railgun on the train?
or
No,
what we just do.
Classic
Oh.
armored trains.
Nah,
By the
I think they just nuke each other until they figure it out.
Speaking of that,
Destroy one
War
railline line.
never changes.
Yeah, see, you're gonna wake up one day with a nuclear bomb going off in the background.
No, man. It's just crazy where this country is going right now. I mean, look, we're here. It's what it is. Yeah, we wish things could be better, but look, we got what we got right now. We can say we wish we were born another time, but it's what it is. All right. Let me see. David, you posted this here.
Wheel trolleys.
Yeah.
We should
Rubber wheel trolleys. I mean,
change issues.
Well,
it seems like another way to say a bus, but anyway.
if I hear rubber, you talk about rubber tires. I don't know if those are gonna last a long time.
oh, they're not. The
I
crappy
know what
part.
that term is. That's deeply made me upset and everybody else upset. and
Could I
that's pushing
just-
us out of our.
Could I just add-
All right, hold on. Okay, let's stick to the let's stick to the trolleys. Let me see what the trolleys look like here, so everybody can all be on the same.
Trolley buses?
All right, Memphis trolley. Here we go. Let me just get the Wikipedia article here. See if that's a good representation.
Oh.
Okay, here we are. Memphis Trolley. Meta Trolley is a heritage streetcar system in Memphis, Tennessee. Began operating in April 29, 1993. Suspended in 2014. Following fires on 2 cars. The reopening took place in 2018. Then they suspended again, and then they suspended again in 2024, and now they're going to reopen again. So, okay.
Wait. I went down. I was. What do you mean they're going to reopen? So, like.
Yeah, Meta
all
bringing
the
rubber
lines-
wheel trolleys
all
back
the
to
lines are
downtown.
gonna come back?
Neighborhood Association says. At least that's what it says. Said that Meta plans on bringing the rubber wheel trolleys back to Main Street. According to Neighborhood Association President Jared Price, the trolley should be back by the end of June. They took a summer hiatus due to budget challenges and Meta and need for costly upgrades. This is a fantastic blessing for downtown residents, tourists, and businesses. We've all missed our beloved trolleys, which serve as the heartfelt of our community. Well, you may want to push it till next June, Mr. or who is this, or Mrs. whoever, or Mr. Price. I can't say if this was a Price. So Jared Price. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend it's Mr. I'm gonna say Jared Price. I think maybe they need to come back maybe next June because it's getting hot in this country, really hot. And I mean rubber tires, they burn really good. I'll tell you that much.
Well, actually,
They might be synthetic rubber.
my tires are made of rubber. We're gonna wake up and there's gonna be flats all over the place, and then we'll not be able to.
Now we get some sad news from Pennsylvania, from a railroad in Pennsylvania. We got some sad news in Pennsylvania.
Okay, I mean it's been sad
that?
news
Get your Fs ready.
everywhere. Okay, let's see what's going on in Pennsylvania. Let's see. I know I saw it here. Okay, here we go. Rail makings. Here we go. Steel plant to be shut down indefinitely. I can't see the article because it's paywalled. Give me a second here, guys. But yeah, this is what we're talking about. Look, if we can't,
F's in chat.
yeah, F's in chat. Another factory going down. Whichever it is, it's not good. But look, this is again what we're talking about over here.
Like,
If we want,
we need to bring factory production back in the United States.
Well, they're
Exactly.
trying to, because
over-
in Pennsylvania
Got it.
they're trying to bring back the Pennsylvania steel plant. I think it's Bethlehem Steel. They're trying to bring back
Bethlehem.
steel manufacturing there.
yeah, is that the one that's owned or by U.S. Steel? Correct me if I'm wrong. And now it's being bought or was being bought by a
think
Japanese
so.
I think it's
company.
I think it's
There's been a whole back and forth
it's
between that. I'm
Central, I
not
think
all caught up on it.
So
it's all Carter Central. I think it's Bethlehem.
Is it?
maybe.
Yeah,
I know there's Bethlehem Steel or Bethlehem Steel. I don't know if that's the company, but I know there's a steel plant in Pennsylvania that will be opening up, and steel will be made in America again.
Yeah,
There you
there's
go.
more
That's
than one steel
that's a
plant in
step in the right
Pennsylvania,
direction.
There's a lot of steel plants all over Pennsylvania, not just one.
All right, guys, we're gonna have a hard stop at 9:15 p.m. over here. So let's make sure we get whatever we want to talk about and get the main points across for tonight. So just giving you guys F's in chat for the Steelton, Pennsylvania plant. It's literally
Yeah,
called
but I'm in
Steelton.
a later time zone, so we can go an hour longer.
oh,
You're just Central time.
Regional
The
Rail
world
of
runs on
Minnesota.
Eastern time. Come on.
Regional Rail to acquire Minnesota Commercial Railway.
All right, Brightline fan, let's bring him into the ear.
No.
Blade
We
did a
made it.
Sorry, guys.
Wait.
I was just a little dog.
There's a little dog. Where's the little dog?
There's no dog in chat.
Where's the dog?
Ways.
what the dog doing?
I haven't been on my hold on, let's see where's the my soundboard here.
The little dog.
Hey, Dimitri, look,
There we
look
go.
at the little pink one.
What the dog doing?
There we go. Alrighty. Okay, let's see what's going on. Yeah, everything is fine. Yeah, this is yeah, that's that's a good way to showcase our country right now, David. Yeah, it is. That's what it is right now.
Photo. I found that on a car sticker. A car sticker I found in my workplace parking lot.
But it's everybody's favorite dumpster fire, not the regular ones.
Alrighty. Anyway, Bright Light fan, you're in. What's up, man?
Speaking of dumpster fires, Los Angeles right now is.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Hey, we can go back to talking about Los Angeles. I don't mind. This is basically the main thing about this stream.
Oh, speaking of Los Angeles,
here's the thing. There's an anti-ICE protest going on over there, and boy, it pisses me off a lot.
What makes you mad the most?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Get started. Let's hear it. We talked about it at the start of the stream, and
Let's go back into it. You might as well, right? This is the LA's on fire. This country's not serious. Everything is fine. Dumpster fire stream. There we go. And vehicle engulfed in flames on Jackson Street. Let's see if there's anything more. What's going on over here? This guy's usually good. This BG on the scene.
People there. Oh, there was someone saying there's a video of them arresting a protester, and then a horse ran over it. But it was like literally a firework went off in the same video. A firework went off, which startled the horse.
Okay, guys, if you have any videos you want to share of the silliness that is going on in LA, send it in. Put it in the chat here. But yeah, this.
I want to know how to flip started.
Dimitri, I got another funny meme for you.
All you gotta do is Google.
I have a meme myself.
All you have to do on YouTube is look up LA riots 2025, and you'll find plenty of videos.
Yeah, that's what we're finding. We're finding it everywhere, man. Everywhere. All right, let's see Instagram. Here we go.
I can easily compare LA with Norfolk Southern.
I'm gonna find a perfect.
Come on, guys.
Are we seeing this?
All righty. Star Force, thank you for the meme.
Yep.
No, I can't believe it's happening.
I mean, hey, look, this is the state of this country. I mean, we've been having riots just almost nonstop every other summer for the past 15 years now.
Okay, I got the gift, but it's not the riots, but it's definitely a fire.
Yeah.
You got to.
All right, let's see what's going on next. Let's go ahead and look on X, and let's just put LA riots and see what we scroll through. Just to let's see what is the latest.
I bet your ass.
Or even a live view. Go look at a live view.
Yeah, let's look at a live view. Yeah, let's see. Here we are. I'm just gonna put LA riots.
Every time Los Angeles turns to the ground,
there we go.
Like, the most peaceful protest.
You got Libs of TikTok from LA to Denver, ICE out.
But
Okay.
did someone just say peaceful protest or?
Oh no, they did say peaceful protest. That's been the main thing again, is talking about that these are peaceful protests. They're literally repeating the same literal line from 2020. Oh, here we go. The Reginald Denny. Nobody talks about that, of what happened during 92. But speaking of, the only Democrat that seems to have any sort of sense. By the way, I want to retract a previous comment that I said a couple months ago. I said the only two representatives that should be in the Hill we should restart with should be Thomas Massie and Bernie Sanders. I completely and utterly retract the Bernie Sanders comment. It should be Thomas Massie and John Fetterman. Those should be the only two representatives we restart with. That's it.
I think David's trying to get back in.
Okay, let me bring David back in.
Yeah, you know things are serious when you have a guy running for Senate get a stroke and still win.
Yeah,
and he's seen the same.
The guy with the guy who had the stroke is the most sane Democrat politician.
All of them are insane, from Nancy Pelosi to Bernie Sanders. They're just, what is going on right now?
Well, Bernie Sanders is an independent who's trying to push on communism, which there's no communist party.
Well, he's ran for the Democrat Party twice and lost both the same way.
Oh, yeah.
But you see,
guys,
it's because the millionaires and
2016.
billionaires, and I have multiple houses now, so it's just the billionaires. Do I have good Bernie Sanders, or do I need to go more northeast?
No, that's actually a pretty spot on
Hey,
Bernie Sanders.
Remember when he ran in 2016? The ads are like, Bernie Sanders is totally
Oh, by
fit
the
to be
way-
president.
Yeah. There we go. I'm
By
just
the
scrolling
way-
to Twitter for everybody on YouTube right now. I'm just scrolling randomly to Twitter, so what appears on the screen is just what's on X, Twitter, whatever. Here we go. More rooftop Koreans.
I'm looking at ABC. It's a mess.
So far they haven't burned any trains. So, do we
Oh,
want to give them?
Oh, here we go, more,
do not jinx it. Do not give them ideas.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
Last thing
don't
we need
even
right now
dare.
is every train in the Los Angeles area to be on fire.
Yeah, don't. Oh,
Don't.
don't worry, Dimitri.
Don't
Read
ask
the
them.
message.
At least I got to see LA before it burned twice.
Yep.
In the same calendar year,
And-
which makes it
Oh
worse.
man.
To add insult to injury,
And you know what's the thing? It's like I keep saying to my wife, it's like, hey, maybe we should just for a week and just go ahead and see LA. It should be it'll be nice, and we can go ahead and drive through the hills. No, that's
life is just
The
Why
fact
should you
keep
the
shopping
cars
in
and everything else,
Beverly
but not
Hills while
trains?
LA burns.
Trains are very important, but why cars?
let me see. Adam Bussier, what are the riots targeting? Same thing that they always do. Then they start targeting businesses. They start, tearing down whatever's in front of.
Don't ever think about going to California. I took it off my bucket list for years ago. And and every time you think about going to California, something happens that makes everyone mad.
It's just sad. I mean, it is a beautiful state. It honestly is.
At least
I
I've
went
been
to
to
California
California
years
many,
ago,
many years
and
ago.
it was really worth it.
It was worth it years ago.
Dimitri, read the meme I just sent. Read the meme.
Alright.
He looked at it, but he didn't read it.
I got
Hold
plenty
on.
of gifts.
Yeah, we saw that. Okay, yeah, we are trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Yeah, that's what we need to put on. And look at this tweet over here. The Star Wars explained. If you watch Andor, you know what's going on in Los Angeles right now. This is ridiculous. I mean, have you seen the cops? Like most of them they can't even hold a person or anything like that. It's a very weak response. Okay, yeah. When they start coming in like this. Then maybe you have a point, and even then it will still be funny if it happens.
Right?
So they can be able to go ahead and ask you about your car's extended warranty. Just have that written down on the belt casings. There you go.
Here's some good news about Texas right now.
Oh, we have good news from Texas.
Texas just legalized some Japanese trucks.
Oh, the K trucks.
Oh, the K trucks that they've been trying to ban for the longest of time.
Yep, they just legalized them.
How long did that take?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Better part of 25 years.
Sorry, what did they just allow?
K trucks, really small trucks.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, let me just put some Texas K trucks.
Those little baby trucks, dude. You do realize that how many of them you're gonna see?
There we go.
Just a Gen Z's ad says, "Oh, perfect! I can get rid of my full size pickup now."
I mean, the funny thing is that the beds on a lot of these trucks have either the same size or a larger bed than your modern F-150 bed. That's the funny thing. Yeah, Texas Department of Motor Vehicles now allowing Texans to register Japanese K trucks and operate them on state roads. Yeah. Hey, look, that's the thing. People want smaller trucks. I mean, so that's another thing. That slate truck. I guarantee you it's not going to be that price because Ford said the same thing about the Maverick. Oh yeah, it's going to be $17,000. And now they're saying the slate truck. Well, now this article says $20,000.
But the problem is if it's from Japan itself, it might be right-hand drive, which might be a little hard to get used to.
Yeah, it's small potatoes.
No, because most car
Not for people like
manufacturers
Postman
who
or
are going to
security
sell a car in
officers.
America, you have to legally have a left-handed steering wheel. It's required U.S. law everywhere. If you get them with a right side, it's custom ordered.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Hey,
Yeah, but that doesn't stop people from buying vehicles from other parts of the world where they might
gotta
have them
think about it.
different.
Yeah, look, I mean,
Yeah,
the main point is it's indicative of a larger trend that the younger generations now, our generations, would want smaller, more utilitarian vehicles, not a loaded 80K lifted F-150 that the bed never gets used and it's just a pavement princess. Oh, and it's
Yeah, but it depends on what you
$120,000 for. Hold on, let me see if I can find that video. You guys keep on talking, but I gotta find you guys this thing because it's just absolutely silly where this country is right now.
They're called pickup trucks and they're cool.
Yeah, but right now I'm just going to be the reasonable person, and I'm going to be taking all bets to see how long it's going to be until a K truck is lifted up and put on monster tires.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna post a picture because that reminds me of something I saw today.
I think it might be better for me to look at a Jimny than a Jeep. Grand Cherokee.
Filipino! Jitneys!
Yo,
Filipino!
check out what I just posted in the chat.
Oh
bro.
no, not the smart car.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I remember when those were going to be a thing. Yeah, man.
I remember those, and they actually work great in cities.
That smart car, great in cities, and someone put jacked wheels on it.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah, but it's not the full 36-inch wheels. We need to go bigger.
That
Oh no.
A monster truck?
Wait.
Well, we need to put 55-inch wheels on that bad boy.
Hey guys, guess what?
Suspension is actually an essential if you're going off road, along with plated bottoms, hard skid
Hey
plates.
guys, guess what?
That car really went to the gym.
Off-roading is a daily chore for many people in underdeveloped nations like Haiti.
Oh, jitneys are from the Philippines.
Or Philippines or Africa.
I know about jitneys because my wife talked about them from her home country. Val, you want to say hi? Oh, come on, Val.
Come on, Val.
The rest of the chat says hi to Vale.
Guys. Hey.
Oh no.
Hello.
Whoa, welcome back.
Oh, that Val. Oh, Dimitri, me and Val are going to Savannah in November for our wedding anniversary.
Savannah, Georgia?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Savannah's really. I've been there once. It's a really nice place.
I'd like to go there again.
Even though I'm a native, it would be my first time going to Savannah. I have never been to Savannah before.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna enjoy it. If you get a chance, go see go on one of the ghost tours. Those are pretty cool.
And speaking of that, caution, trains everywhere. You seen the meme I just posted?
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I'm trying to find this this car payment thing where somebody's paying some like little female is paying like she's like maybe 5'2", paying $1,200 a month for a Dodge Ram dually. It's like what are you doing with that? Why would you pay $1,200 a month for a dually Dodge Ram? It's I don't care if you're male or female. It's like unless you're a worker and you're actually towing stuff.
Unless you actually need it.
There's no logical need for it. None. Let me see if I can find that one. But
are you confusing an average person with being intelligent?
That's another point.
Hey, I just found the jacked up smart car.
Oh,
no.
I don't think that counts.
That's terrible.
That's only a hang on.
That's gonna make me sick.
Well, hold on. Here's another one though. Okay, guys, here's car payments. This is the problem why. This is the problem why this generation wants just smaller vehicles. Actually, usable something. As okay, here's what modern car payments are now. Right now, here we go.
Asking people who work at Audi what their car payment is. In Montana, what car do you drive?
I have a 2021 Ram Rebel, a 2017 Audi S6, and a 2017
So,
Corvette.
Dimitri, I
And what's your car payments?
I put
For the
Bill in an email.
A bad deal somewhere.
$1,559 a month for a Ram. Why? Wait. First of all, 3 cars. Okay, let's just assume she has family members that are using the car. Maybe her husband is driving the. A Ram Rebel is basically that. It's not even an actual usable truck. She's paying $1,000. It doesn't matter who, whether you're male or female. You're paying $1,159 a month for a Dodge Ram. A Dodge
Wait.
Ram.
That's just the car note. That does not include insurance.
Not including. There you go. Not including insurance. Not including gas. Yeah.
Not even maintenance.
Now, look, 20 years ago, $1,159 a month is what a lease for a Lamborghini Gallardo would have been. And I know that because my best friend, during the time, he used to work at Prestige Lamborghini in Miami, and we used to hang out every day. And that's okay, $1,200 a month. Lease, a Murcielago for $1,700 or a Ferrari 360 or whatever. Yeah, okay, it's a Ferrari, it's a Lamborghini. I get it. You have money to burn, and you're getting, but a Dodge Ram in 2025, $1,159 a month. What?
This is what happens when you devalue the currency and then get the subsequent inflation months later.
Yeah. And then speaking, wait, and then back to what we were talking about before. Probably made in Mexico by people getting ridiculously underpaid. The quality of the truck is even worse than whatever a similar Dodge Ram would have been 20 years ago. So you're paying more for a lesser vehicle. That's the sad part.
For $1,159 a month, you can build your own vehicle with parts you can buy online right now, and it gets better performance.
Yeah. And I don't know how a $60,000 a month turns into $1,150. The interest rate on that or whatever she's paying is probably $84 a month. She probably put 0 down, and it's a ridiculous cost. I mean, I don't know what the hell the terms of that lease were. By the way, guys, don't lease a new car. Do as much as you can, if possible, to just buy outright a used car, if possible, as much as possible.
If you cannot afford to lose 10% of the vehicle's value the moment you leave the lot with it, buy it used, and ideally buy it from somebody else instead of a dealership.
Yeah, as much as you can.
The
new car.
With the dealership, whatever the price of the car was, they're gonna throw probably another $1,500 to $3,000 on it.
If you go,
yeah, Brian Rock Rail fan, what a ripoff indeed it is.
If you go to
listen,
speaking from experience, let me be clear. I'm speaking from experience. If you go to a good dealer, they'll tell you the truth. When I went and got my Toyota pickup, they told me new cars were doing better than used. And that's also because if you get a used car, problems. New car, not really, and it's all covered.
Yeah, it depends. If you have the warranty, dump truck. If you don't mind me asking, what Toyota did you get?
I think it was Toyota
RAV4.
Tundra, Tacoma.
Yeah, Tacoma.
What year?
Shoot, that must have been like a. I can't remember. I think that was a 24. Yeah, 24.
If you properly maintain it, that should last you the rest of your life.
Yeah,
I got it. Well, I got it last year, so it was new.
Yeah, but you have to properly maintain it.
Yes, and I properly maintain it.
Yeah.
If you properly maintain the car, you will not have a problem.
Look, if you can afford it, man, and whatever happens, because it's one of those with the twin turbo V6s, right? Or is it naturally aspirated?
What's the four-cylinder?
Yeah. Well, just what naturally what?
Naturally, like
Naturally
there's no turbo. Yeah.
I don't think there's a turbo in it. No.
Okay, well, I mean that may be better. Yeah, as long as you keep getting the maintenance on it and whatever in the warranty. Look, if something happens, that they better freaking cover it. yeah, by all means, sure, but like, don't just try to live as like underneath your means as possible, because yeah, it's just getting worse out there, and just make sure be careful where you drive so it doesn't end up like the Waymos over here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and
don't
another-
remember, don't get a car from CarMax, or you better
yeah.
listen to that Indian voice about your car's extended warranty.
Hello, sir. You would like to talk about your car's extended warranty?
You better take it because it's the only thing you're gonna get.
Oh man.
Well, if
Yeah,
you
I gotta
refuse
call
it and
my
I'm
God.
passing you on the
I'm
road,
afraid
I'm
of
just
calling
going to
back.
leave you to yourself.
to save on gas.
Speaking of that Dimitri, I got two more meme in the live chat. One is an infrastructure meme, and the other one is something that Genesis made.
Alrighty, two more memes, and then we're gonna end it here. Okay.
ARP.
So let me see. Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me start from where we were at again, and we'll stop it at 9:20. Okay. Oh, look at the mini over here. That's hilarious. Yeah, it's probably better off road than a Jeep. Let's put it that way. Probably much better off road than a modern day Jeep. I think this can work.
The WJs and the TJs are the best Jeeps.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Is there a deal?
From the late 90s and early 2000s.
Oh, are these for Hyundais? Oh man, yeah, that's. I'd avoid Hyundai. There's always an issue or problem with Hyundai or Kia. So
Yeah, there's always deals with Hondas. I don't know why. I don't buy them.
well, the Hyundais, because they're always having a massive, especially like the Genesis. Not Genesis in the chat here, but Genesis as in the Hyundai luxury brand. Always coming back, always having issues, always having engine check lights on for the silliest of things, and then going into limp mode. Yeah, you kind of just want to avoid those. But let me see, $0 due at signing, 480. Yeah, okay. The catch here, Adam Everywhere, is that you have to have absolutely perfect credit score.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They never tell you that unless you view details. They say financing up to 60 months plus no payment for 90 days, 0% APR. Yeah, and then the payment will become
what
like
they do is they
800.
offer the best thing on the paperwork, and then they just hide everything else in the fine print.
Yeah, and then they do the whole Foursquare thing with you, and they take you, we can do this to lower your monthly payment if we go ahead and put 84 months instead of 60 months or whatever. Yeah, it's nuts. Just do whatever you can to try to avoid it. Just do as much as you can.
And what's really weird is if you take what you would be paying in like a card note or something, and then put that away into your retirement or investments, then you realize, that card note cost me like $300,000 in my retirement fund, and that was per vehicle. After
Dimitri,
you do it all.
Are you the meme that I sent you?
Yeah, let me see. Where the memes over here? Darius sent. If you want a good American made car, get a Jeep WJ. There you go.
WJ and the TJ is also good too.
Oh, and Suzuki.
Or the Suzuki Jimny. Okay, there you go. There you go, guys. Buy something that's 20 years old. Okay. Here's the meme, David. All right. There you are. We're so advanced. They took this from us.
We need to call it, buddy.
Yeah. All right. 9:20, guys. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Look, we're not really advancing it. This is where we're going, guys. So anyway.
Even with the shipping taken into account, at the end of the day, I won't be surprised if the Jimny costs less overall than even a WJ or a TJ.
No, it's true. That's why people are importing over K trucks and stuff like that. So that's why.
I don't buy Jeep.
You want to get a 2-door or you want to get a 4-door?
All right, guys. 9:20. Let's go ahead and put this away. Thank you. Thank you all for joining on board. Stay safe out there. We're all going to keep watching what's going on in LA, but yeah, the state of our country.
Please don't join the protests on June 14th.
I don't think we have to even tell that. And nobody here in this channel is going to join the protest in June 14th. And if you do, you're not a part of the channel. You're just here hate watching us. So whatever. We'll take your little view. Don't worry. Anyway,
I don't have a reasonable account for it anyway.
Nobody does. Nobody intelligent does. Let's just be honest, okay? But Regardless, thank you all for joining on board. Everybody over here on the chat, everybody on Discord, Darius, David, Minor Tree, Dump Trucker, Star Force, Adam Everywhere, Grand Trunk Line, Bright Line Railfan, a whole lot of guys here, guys. This was fun. But I hope we do start thinking about this more often. I know we have, but yeah, look, I don't think anybody else is talking about this infrastructure wise, but we really seriously need to start really fixing our country up from the ground up. But alrighty, everybody. Thank you all for joining on board on this crazy episode of the American Rail Club. We will see you all next time. Take care. Stay safe out there, especially those in California, and Godspeed.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.